Mr. Maliki coming out for a timetable, but President Bush sending a State Department representative to meet with Iran, and John McCain saying, well, after all, I do agree with Barack Obama on Afghanistan. Let's send 2 or 3 more brigades.
What Maliki did was he changed the argument in this way. McCain had been saying Barack Obama does not understand Iraq. Now he has to say Iraq doesn't understand Iraq. It's one thing to want to stay in Iraq longer than Barack Obama does. It's quite another thing for McCain to want to stay in Iraq longer than Iraq wants him in Iraq.
Or than George Bush wants to stay.
This last week, McCain seemed to be stumbling toward the presidency. I mean, jubilation tea corn pone. But if you're going to do the pratfalls, do them now, not later. Watch the interview, as I think our viewers did, that you did with McCain, whether you agree with it or disagree. That McCain was appealing in a way. That McCain wasn't reading a teleprompter and wasn't being blown out by a hurricane going to an oil well. And if that McCain shows up this fall, I think then we'll forget the fact that this week he did some dumb things.
I agree with that, but he's got a substantive problem on Iraq right now, doesn't he? I think that results in this kind of confusion over the timetable. If the Iraqis want the United States out, he can't appear to be standing in the way.
His problem is which obviously his bet in the game of this political race was Iraq and was terrorism. It's like, this is why I'm at the table. Now, when that begins to come off the table, even if it's neutralized Barack Obama, and you could say this week he actually gained an advantage on it because of the events, what happened, the only place left for John McCain to have a discussion about is the economy. Which is interesting to me. You got Iraq, which is occupying all this political oxygen, and terrorism, all this political oxygen, and all this discussion in the last 2 or 3 weeks. When the average American out there, the number one thing on their mind is the economy, gas prices, everything associated with that. John McCain now loses or begins to lose an issue that basically is the reason why he ran for president. The only other thing is the economy, and as you watch the interview you had with him, he has still not found his voice on the economy.